Hi. Hi, kids. Do you like violence? You like 90s? Want to see 90s now stick on my eyelids? I'm a role model. A role model. How are you doing, guys? Yeah, Mad Mike, your role model, is here. No, I'm not Bailey, but I am a role model. I want to be just like you. What's up, people? Your boy Mad Mike here. Got some interesting. As I turn this thing on phone down. So excuse me for a hot second. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you're new. I gotta get my Luther Vandross. Alright, I'm not crazy. I just got a little bit of energy today. First of all, I want to say this. It was announced to me, man, that my dad a few months ago had been diagnosed with prostate cancer. So been dealing with that. So yeah, just letting y'all on a little trip inside of Mad Mike's world. He was diagnosed with prostate cancer about 6 months ago, something like that. Like 6 months ago. And today we received some news. And the news is that he is now cancer free. So had to say that. That's been a load off my mind, to be honest. And anybody who's ever had to deal with that, my heart goes out to y'all. Anybody that's had to deal with any, health issues of their own, again, my heart goes out to you guys. It is a stressful situation to have to deal with. But since we got that out of the way, let's get down to the fuckery. All right. Yeah, man. So appreciate everybody. But the reason why I really wanted to talk about this, I actually want to answer you guys' questions too, but these are a couple of stories, and I forgot what the hell the first story was. I gotta look at my notes again. It was something else. Hi, Pamela. How are you doing? Damn it. What was the other story? Jesus Christ. I sure had it. Oh, I got it. Okay, so let's start with this one first. No, I'll start with that one first. So the first one is this, and I didn't put a graphic on it. I wish I would have put a graphic, but I didn't put a graphic on it. But this is something that I think I want to see what you guys think. Because I don't understand what's going on. Like, if you guys could help me understand, then that would be great. But however, you have ESPN. They're going out of their way, along with Sports Illustrated. With Sports Illustrated, these people are going out of their way to continue to put out this story that the Falcons are still, if you smell, in the hunt for Lamar Jackson. You heard what I said. These people are still pushing this narrative. So I have a question for you guys. Do you think this is a narrative being driven by the media, or do you think there's some truth to what's being stated? Even though you have the Baltimore Ravens stated that they fired the offensive coordinator. They told him to step down, to resign. They didn't actually fire him, but they told him to step down. And he stepped down. And it said that Lamar Jackson would be one of the people involved. He will be directly involved in the hiring process of an offensive coordinator. So, with that being said, along with the idea of the rumor, well, it's not much of a rumor, but he pretty much stated it's 200% that Lamar will be back with the Baltimore Ravens. Okay, so being that they'll have those two statements that actually came from the organization itself, that these guys were going to be, that Lamar was going to be back. And now we have ESPN going out of their way to state that the Falcons are still in the running and they're going to trade. And this is the bullshit I'm seeing. That the Falcons will not only bring Lamar Jackson to Atlanta, but they will trade Grady Jarrett and AJ Terrell along with picks for Lamar Jackson. Now, what the bloody hell? And see, D. Coleman, this is where I'm saying it's complete bullshit, because the Falcons have done nothing in any way, shape, or form to say they're going to entertain Lamar. But you keep hearing from these writers and reporters that this is what's going to happen. So what do you mean? And this is where we keep talking about it. Who telling y'all this? Who told you that they're going to entertain it? What did the Falcons do in any way, shape, or form to say, yeah, we're going to entertain a quarterback? Because I'm lost. Maybe y'all got some inside sources, or maybe y'all have some ideas, or are you looking at something that I haven't seen? Like, what are the Atlanta Falcons doing to say they're going to entertain Lamar? Because I want some, like I said, I want to know what the hell's going on. Because maybe I'm not seeing something. Well, you got to create news articles. Lamar will be a hot topic until the next. So because the Falcons have money, they're going to go after Lamar. That's interesting. So is every other NFL team. They got money too. So it's a lot of teams that got money. So again, what if you have a gut feeling? Why are you feeling this? Like, everybody say my gut. Like, because you got a team got money, they're going to go out and spend money. It's like, why? It's like, we don't do bland, and you know this shit, Cole. Like, we don't do bland ass statements saying my gut. Like, why are you saying, why is that? Because they have money? You think because somebody has money, they're gonna go out and spend it. Just because you like that's essentially what you're saying. Not in those exact words, but that's essentially what you're saying. Because the Falcons got money and Lamar, quote unquote, is on the market, they're gonna go out. Even though this is something that we stated before, the Falcons had several chances to draft a quarterback, to sign a quarterback, and they passed every single time. So what makes it different this time? Because they have money to do it? Like that's what I want to know. Because like I said, a lot of people are saying a lot of stuff, but it's like my gut. Come on, pimpin'. Like let's hear something other than, well, they got a lot of money. Just because the team got a lot of money don't make it a lot of sense. And let me share my thoughts as far as that is concerned. In my opinion, all right, and this is just based on observations, as far as the draft and development, my thing is based on development. So we're talking about development. If the Atlanta Falcons wanted, and I want you guys to leave your thoughts after I had this statement. Wouldn't you think if the Falcons wanted a quarterback, or they wanted the best for Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Chris Lindstrom, Caleb McGarry, Jake Matthews, the offensive line, Drew Dahlman, Tyler Algier, Avery Williams, all these young guys in their first and second year? Why would the Atlanta Falcons all of a sudden have these guys? This would be the third quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons if they were to go and trade for Lamar. Like, why would the Atlanta Falcons not? Like, if you're into developing players and getting the best out of these guys, wouldn't you want these guys to grow together rather than continue to change quarterback every single year? That's not a solid foundation when it comes down to development, changing your quarterback every year. So essentially what a lot of people are saying is Arthur doesn't really care about the development of quarterbacks or the development of the players. He's just going to throw a different quarterback every year until he finds his guy. Because that's essentially what you did. For 3 straight years, it's been it's been 2 straight years. It could possibly, what? We got Matt Ryan, Mariota, Desmond Ridder, and then if the Falcons decide, let's see if we can get Lamar. That'll be 4 quarterbacks in 2 years. Do you think any quarterback would want to do that type of thing? I'm not saying that. We break down statements. All right, you know that by now, pimp. We break down statements. So it's like, these are the things we talk about. Like, y'all know how we do around here. We break down a statement word for word. So why would any offensive coordinator, for me, I'm going to say this about Arthur. He's a wonderful coach, but I don't think any coach will want to go through 4 quarterbacks in 2 years. Doesn't make a lot of sense at all. It's 4 quarterbacks in 2 years. Does that equal success for a Kyle Pitts, Drake London? That's what I want to know. And see, D. Coleman, this is why you're wrong even with that statement. That's not common sense. That's not common sense at all. You said it's not a hard assumption to make more space in years we're going to be looking at every position. That's not what they said. This is why I say you got to get out of your own head and your own assumptions when you're talking about teams. The Falcons have stated that they want to do two things. They want to run the ball well. They want to develop. They had a couple of things, actually. They say they want to run the ball well. They want to develop players. And this year, they said they want inside pressure and depth. So spending money all willy-nilly, and another thing too, in the last press conference, he clearly stated that they're not gonna go out and spend money all crazy. So again, it goes against everything they are stating, that the Falcons are just going to go crazy because they got, $60-80 million, and this is what we told you guys. That's not a lot of money. That's not a lot of money now. We got quarterbacks that are due for $50+ million. The salary cap in itself is about $240 million. And that's just one player that's getting $50 million of that $240 million. Got to split that then there's 60-something ways. $240 million, 60-something ways. It's not a lot of money. It really isn't. And then you add to the fact the Falcons have at least 20 to 30 free agents this year. So we do our math and we just say, all right, 20 to 30 players, let's just say $1 million apiece, at least $2 million apiece. 20, 30, that's $200 million right off the bat, just with 20 players. 20 million off the bat right there with just 20 players. If they are making 2 million, just 2 million itself, that's half of the salary cap. So is it really a lot of money? Like this is where we got to use common sense. We saying that the Falcons have a lot of cap space. They really don't, because not only do you have to bring in talent, you got to pay the talent that you currently have on the team. Guys like A.J. Terrell. Cornerback is one of the top cornerbacks in the league right now. He's going to get somewhere near that $20 million a year threshold. That's one guy. So that's 20 million. You got, again, you have a guy like Chris Lindstrom. He's going to get close to that 20 million. That's 40 million right there. Caleb McGarrett, he's going to get at least 15. He's going to get at least 15 million right there. So that 80 million is damn near gone with those three players. And this is the reason why we're saying, it's like, everybody said the Falcons got a lot of money. Falcons got a lot of money. No, they don't. They don't have a lot of money. And Jacksonville just proved it this year that money can be gone in just a couple of free agent picks. They signed Fourier, the wide receiver, and they brought in a ton of guys. And they don't have a lot of money this coming up this year, because they spent it all this year. So they have to make do with the current roster that they have at the moment, because they went crazy in free agency. Now they can't do anything this year. So the players that they currently have, you better hope that these guys are healthy, stay healthy, because if they don't, the Jacksonville Jaguars, they don't have any more money. So this is the reason why we're saying, it's like, people assume that having $80 million in cap money is a lot. Look, again, this is where we got to use D. Coleman. You don't think Terry and Arthur are feeling a tad bit of pressure after consecutive 7-10 season? Who in the fuck said 7-10 is bad? You said that. The fans, the people said that. Who said? Did Arthur Blank say he was? It was playoff or else? I never once heard Arthur Blank said 7-10 ain't good enough. The people said that. We said that. When have you heard Arthur Blank said 7-10 is not good enough for him? He never once stated that in the last couple of years. We came up with these ideas. We came up with these thoughts. This never came from Arthur. When? This is what we got to get out of our own personal feelings, our own personal thoughts. These are our thoughts that have been driven and being stated. You got to listen to what they are saying. If Arthur Blank comes out and say, hey, playoff or else. Look, Terry. I don't care what happened. Get me he did that one. He did that 2 times. And this is when Thomas Dimitrov went out and got the offensive tackle Carpenter and Brown. He said, I need you to go and get me a better offensive line. He ended up drafting Chris Lindstrom, drafting Caleb McGarry, signing Carpenter, signing Brown. He went absolutely insane. So when he says these things, the offensive, the GM has to go and get it done. Arthur Blank has not once said, get me this or else in the last couple of years. He's never said that. He has stated that he wants to build a foundation for success in the long run. Does that in any way, shape, or form says we got to go all out? See, this is why I say we gotta stay out of our own and listen to what they are stating. Because we hear these content creators, we hear these journalists, they go out of their way and make up these stories because they need views and they want to pique our interest, but they never listen to what these guys are saying. That never came out of Arthur Blank's mouth. I need to win or else. When have you heard him say that? Listen to 79, 4-2. Look, no, absolutely. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. It's just not what we want to be. As an organization, as a team, you always want to win. But the Falcons, if you look, let me see. This is what we get in fact stats. So let me look up a couple of stats for you, because this is where things get fucked up. Okay, this is where things get fucked up, because we get in our own feelings because we looking at everybody else win. This is where things get fucked up, okay? This is where we get fucked up and we get in our own heads because we want to see Super Bowls. We want to see playoffs. Do you know that the Falcons are in the top 5, top 10 in the last 10 years or so in wins? Did you know that? Yeah. Matt Ryan in the last 15 years has won over 200 games. Yeah, did you know that? Yeah. Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons won over 200 games. This is the stuff we talking about. We got teams like the Cleveland Browns that go, and they win 5 games a year. And they're always in the top 10 or something. The Falcons have won over 200 plus games in the last 15 years. You see where the miscommunication can get, because we get in our own personal feelings and say, well, 7-10 is horrible. Look, ask the Texans if they want 7 wins right now. Ask the Cleveland Browns if they won a Super Bowl appearance in the last 20 years or so. The Falcons have been in the Super Bowl, what? 7 years removed, 6-7 years removed. Ask Chicago if they want to have first round top 5 picks every year. The Falcons have been one of the most winning organizations in the last 15 years. That's a fact. Look at that for yourself. So this is where I say we got to get out our own personal feelings, and this is why I make these statements. The Falcons don't give a damn about what Mike says. He don't give a damn about what we think. They do not care about that anymore. They don't care about listening to what the fans are saying. Well, this is this and this and that. Yes, every organization wants to win, but at the end of the day, it's only one winner. So again, look at the facts, man. Stop looking at playoff appearances and all these. All this stuff. Yes, the Falcons want to be there, but going 7-10 back-to-back years is the beginning of something great. We literally have an example like that in the NFC South. What are we doing? Pay attention, people. So it's not like I said, we don't pick on people. We pick apart statements. So let's just make that clear, people, because a lot of people thinking, oh my, here we go. We're bullying people and we're making fun of. No, this is about debate, and what the truth is. The truth is what the Falcons say, not what we think. Not the draft pick we think they're going to make, not the signing we think, is what they are stating. The Falcons have stated last year that they wanted to get pressure guys. The Falcons went out and got D'Angelo Malone, Lorenzo Carter, and they drafted Arnold Ebiketie. All pressure guys. And they did exactly what we thought they would do. The Falcons said they needed to upgrade the wide receiver position. They drafted Drake London, Kyle Pitts, back-to-back years. These are the things that they are stating. And I know it's not sexy. I know everybody want to get the hottest college prospect. I get it. But we got to listen to what these guys are saying. If Arthur Blank got on TV tomorrow and said, oh, I need a win. We need to get to the playoffs. We are good enough to get to the playoffs. If we don't get to the playoffs, your ass is fired. Then we can say Arthur Smith is on the hot seat. Then I can say Terry Fontenot is in the hot seat. But these guys have been here 2 years, won 14 games, and lost 20. How in the hell that's not good enough? We really got teams out here don't even have 14 wins in the last 3, 4, 5 years. But somehow we've convinced ourselves as fans that 7-10, 2 years straight, is a failure. We literally had the Saints 3 years straight, 7-9, 7-9, 7-9, set a foundation as an offense, set a foundation as a defense. And in the next couple of years after that, guess what happened? They went to the playoffs back to back to back to back to back. So while we belittling the Falcons for doing the exact same thing that the Saints have been doing. So we got to put everything in perspective and not get so emotional because we're not getting to the Super Bowl like every other team. Twan McGee said this team is headed in the right direction. We had to get the front office right. And that right there is the understate. That right there is a hell of a statement and exactly what we're talking about. The reason why the Atlanta Falcons are in the position that they are right now, and we were just talking about this earlier today, is because of Thomas Dimitroff. People do not, if you have issues in the front office, guess what? Everything else is going to suffer. When you got people fighting and they feel like this is where the team should be, and I wanted a defensive lineman, but we don't need a defensive lineman. You need to upgrade the offensive line. This is what's wrong with the Chicago Bears right now. They were so fascinated in having one of the greatest defenses of all time, they totally neglected the offensive line. They were so infatuated in finding a quarterback that they didn't do what they needed to do in build an offense, wide receivers, an offensive line. They totally neglected that. They put all their assets in building the defense. They put all their assets in trying to get a quarterback and totally forgot that they need to build a team the proper way. And that started in the trenches. And this is what you was talking about yesterday. You got to have balance. I don't want to see the Falcons go after another wide receiver or a tight end or offensive lineman. It's time that we invest in a defense. So these are the things we talking about. It's like, when it comes down to the team, it's like you must. You cannot continue to do the same things over and over and over again. You have to have a front office that's on the same page. Because if you don't, guess what? 1 year, the Falcons see one of the things I think Cincinnati's problem, they got way too many damn wide receivers. Way too many receivers. They so invested into Burrow, and rightfully so. But this is what happens to this is what happened to all organizations. They invest so much in that quarterback, the Aaron Rodgers, the Dak Prescott, and they forget about, oh, damn, we got to run the ball too. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, we do got to protect him. In the last couple of years, Aaron Rodgers has been getting hit like crazy. Him and Matt Ryan has combined for one of them. This guy, Aaron Rodgers, is a mobile quarterback. He can move around. He still get hit more. Aaron Rodgers still crying about not having a proper protection and a proper running game. The dude cried for like 2 years that we need running backs. Finally, he went out and got AJ. And drafted another guy. Forget the guy right now. Why do you think Tom Brady is so enamored about going to teams with great defenses, good defenses? Tom Brady never plays for a team that doesn't have a good defense. Never. Every team that he's played for always had top 10 defenses. Why is it that? Why is that? And this is the thing we're talking about when we come down to the Atlanta Falcons. They have to and they must do this. And Noah, see, this is another thing that really irritates me. So I'm putting Noah E, and I love you, pimp. Thank you for joining us. But this is where players get frustrated. And I got something to say about Mr. Stephon Diggs, okay? And this is where I really get angry to the umpteenth degree. If anything pisses me off, it's this shit. Lamar Jackson has 45 wins and 16 losses. Excuse me, motherfucker? But is Lamar Jackson playing defense? Is Lamar Jackson a head coach? Is Lamar Jackson the offensive coach? Is he a defensive coordinator? Is he a defensive back? Is he the defensive end? Is he a defensive tackle? Because excuse me, I thought he was a fucking quarterback. I thought he was one fucking person. Why are we putting all the records and the wins on one fucking quarterback and one player? I don't see Lamar out here playing defense and holding teams under 20 points. Excuse me? I don't see Tom Brady blocking punts. I don't see Tom Brady running the ball 14 times in a fucking row. But we want to say, oh, Lamar has 45 wins. I don't see Lamar out here blocking for the running back. I don't see him pass protected. I don't see any of that. So let's stop this bullshit by talking about wins and shit. Everybody want to put a win on one fucking person. This is why that piece of fucking shit, excuse my language, Stetson Bennett, it pisses me off because this motherfucker do the absolute least. All they do is don't fuck up. All they ask Stetson Bennett to do is don't fuck up, don't throw interceptions, and run. That's it. He's a great runner. He can manage the offense. And Stetson Bennett has done a great job of not throwing turnovers. And the defense hold teams to under 10 points, bro. To 10 points a game. So all they ask Stetson Bennett is just don't fuck up. The defense gonna hold it to you. Just don't fuck up. And this is the problem that I have with Lamar. Lamar's yet to have thrown for anything over 3,100 yards. And we want to use him, say, oh, Lamar is 45 and 16 in the last in his career. But you fail to mention that the Baltimore Ravens have been a top 15 defense, and I'm using top 15 because there's a few years that these guys haven't been top 10, and they've been a top 15 for the last 20 fucking years, but we up here talking about Lamar Jackson is 45 and 16. Excuse me? Who playing defense? Because I don't remember him playing defense. So let's stop this record bullshit when we talk about quarterbacks. Quarterbacks need to be evaluated based on what they do. Comeback wins, points in the fourth quarter, completion percentage, yards, third down conversions. Stop this bullshit when we talk about fucking quarterbacks and try to use a quarterback, a team stat, which is a win-loss record. That's a team stat. It doesn't say that Lamar Jacksons are 1-0. The Lamar Jacksons are 0-2. It says the Baltimore Ravens are 45 and 16. So miss me with that bullshit about Lamar being 45 and 16 because it's fucking bullshit. Excuse me, I just went out a little blank the fuck out, but this is the stuff that really pisses me off. They try to use a team stat to qualify a fucking quarterback because of team. And this is shit we've been saying for fucking years about Matt Ryan. The defense blows a fucking lead in the fourth quarter, and you motherfuckers try to, oh, well, man, if Matt Ryan would have scored 54 points instead of 50. The fuck are you talking about? Okay, I'm back. I blacked out for a minute. I'm back. But like, this is the shit I'm talking about. People use shit like that, use records, because they don't have anything other to say than, well, he's a winning quarterback. No, the fucking team is winning. You remember when we couldn't run the damn ball on 3rd and 2? When we had little ass Ito Smith out there getting his ass wrecked, getting concussions, because we trying to run up the damn middle with a little ass 190-pound running back. Y'all remember that shit? So miss me with the bullshit about these win-loss records when these fucking quarterbacks, because it's bullshit. If a quarterback is not coming back in the fourth quarter, via the passing game, making plays. Miss me with the bullshit about him being 45 and 16, because it's fucking bullshit. It's a team stat. Coaches had something to do with that. The defense had something to do with that. The Baltimore Ravens have one of the best special teams, if not the best special teams in the fucking league. I remember Justin Tucker hitting 58 fucking yard field goals. Back to back to back to back to back to win games for him. So miss me with that fuckery with the fucking Lamar Jackson. Want to give him all the credit. The fuck out of here. The Georgia Bulldogs showing everybody what the fuck a team is doing by winning back to back. They don't have the greatest wide receivers. They don't have the greatest tight end. I mean, well, Brock they do. But outside of that, like, they have one of the best offensive line. They have some of the best running backs. They have some of the best defensive linemen, some of the best wide receivers, D linemen, linebackers, DBs, kickers, coaches. This is how the Georgia Bulldogs are constantly in playoffs, because they have some of the best overall talent. This is why Alabama, they have some of the best overall talent. And the reason why Alabama isn't as dominant was because they're not getting the best defensive talent anymore. It's about balance, people. It doesn't matter how great your coach is. It's Nick Saban. Nick Saban's one of the greatest coaches of all time. But when he doesn't have the talent, guess what? He get his ass kicked by Georgia. Stop trying to glorify single individual players with a team sport. Because even Tom Brady comeback ain't comebacks if the defense don't get a fucking stop. Let me say that. Let me say that again, because I don't think y'all get it. I don't think people get it. Even a comeback win isn't a comeback win if your defense not getting the key stop. How can you call it a comeback win if your defense ain't getting stops to get you in a position to come back? This is the shit I'm talking about. We want to glorify all these individual players and then forget the defense got 2-3 stops in a row. They got an interception that the punter punted these guys into the fire within the 5-10 yard. Like, this is the stuff we talking about. These guys pinned in the red zone, and we don't give a punter credit for doing that. Pinning guys in the 10-yard line. Getting a third down stop on 3rd and 1. Getting a 4th down stop on 4th and 2. Turnover on downs. This is the stuff that we talk about when we saying teams, because we want to glorify our individual player. And Eric Mack, this is the stuff we talking about too. The Washington Commanders have a good wide receiver core, good running backs, good offensive line, good defense, good DBs, good coaching, but they don't have a good coach, a good quarterback. And for years they struggled too because of the offensive line couldn't get, the offensive line sucked. They didn't have a running game, so they didn't have wide receivers. They had to go out and get McLaren. Like, these are the things we're talking about. The Washington Commanders went out and invested in the D-line. They invested in the D-line first, and then they invested in the offensive line. They brought in guys like Wes Weiser, who's a free agent. They made a few trades. They sent Trent Williams, I believe they sent him to the 49ers. Like, they made all these moves to invest in the trenches and bring players on every level. They made quality moves to have talent on every aspect of football. There's so many aspects of football to worship one guy. It doesn't work. Indianapolis thought they was a quarterback away. Boy, how wrong were they? They thought they was a quarterback away from going to the Super Bowl again. They traded for Matt Ryan, and guess what? Matt Ryan couldn't even save them. Matt Ryan had a pretty good season, but he couldn't even save them from their own shit. Because the owner is fucked up. The GM is a pussy. The defense, the offense, everybody injured, always injured. So these are the things we be talking about when we talk about, we think one player, we one player away from winning. No team is one player away from winning any fucking thing. So again, this is about team football. I know a lot of people probably saying themselves who just tune in, they probably say, oh hell, what Mike is ranting about now. This is not ranting. This is the truth. We're taking truth serious around here. You're never one player away from winning championships. You need everything to go well and work together. In order to win championships, in order to go to the playoffs, we need everything to go the right way. Because the Falcons, in 2018, they didn't have the luck. We had a good offense, had a good defense, but guess what happened? We had like 5 players that went on the IR, and all of them were key players. Had a talented team, 17-18. And when Matt Ryan fans saying the Colts could make the Super Bowl because of Matt Ryan, and this is why I'm making these statements. Because people think, you always one player away. If we just go and get this guy, what if that guy get hurt? Now you don't traded 3 picks away for a guy that's injured. Now you don't have a whole future. You can't build a defense. You can't bring in another quarterback. Why? Because you traded all your assets for one person. What happened to the Rams? Anybody want to talk about the Rams? You want me to bring that up? Because that Super Bowl, that Super Bowl call came with a penalty. Making all those moves came with a huge penalty. Now your head coach don't want to coach no more for the team. He halfway in, halfway out, because he don't have draft picks to bring in better players, because they done traded all their assets away to get a Jalen Ramsey, Odell Beckham, and all these other guys. They spent all their money to trade for all these players, and they still don't have a future. And this is why their head coaches have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. The organization at this point, they on borrowed time. It's only so long that these guys are going to be around. Because Aaron Donald, he halfway in, halfway out. We don't know if Aaron Donald going to retire tomorrow or today. So when you go all out for one player and think you one player away, this is what happens. Now they don't have the assets to build a defense, to add to the defense. Now they don't have assets to build to the offensive line. When Whitlock, whatever the hell his name is, that right tackle, the left tackle, excuse me. They don't have the assets to bring in offensive linemen. They done ran through running backs. They done had, 3-4 different starting running backs the last couple of years. All of them injured. Wide receivers injured. They barely hanging on to talent. And this is why they didn't make the playoffs, because they were so injured. They don't have any assets to add more players. And this is what happens when you go all out and send all your prospects to Detroit for a quarterback that's 80 years old. This is what happens when you think you're one player away from winning. Whitworth, thank you, Night Rider. Appreciate that, bro. Bengals going to win a Super Bowl. Look, they a pretty team, okay? They're a pretty team. They still got to play defense, and they still got to stop. Everybody gets so captivated by their offense. Yeah, that's all cute and all, and we should know that by now. Damn, people, we learn any goddamn thing. Stop getting carried away with these pretty teams, okay? Y'all really act like the Chiefs have not been one of the most dominant, if not the most dominant team in the NFL for the last 5 years. Y'all act like Philadelphia ain't playing crazy defense right now. These damn Eagles are playing some sick defense. The offense don't have to do much but run the damn ball and not turn the ball over. That Philly defense, them boys are playing out of their fucking mind. The Giants did we not see what happened to the damn Giants? And we saying stuff like that. Excuse me, Eric, but come on, it's not just you. I've heard a lot of people saying, well, the Bengals gonna win the Super Bowl. Have we not been looking at the Eagles? And I do not like the Eagles at all. Okay? He is the new go-to ball. And I like, bro. No, Eric, I'm not saying this is the general consensus. Everybody's just so enamored. And what I mean by this, let me elaborate when I say what I just said. And what I mean by, like, everybody get caught up with the fact that the Bengals are an exciting team. We literally just saw the Bills. I thought the Bills would be a Super Bowl. I thought they were poised to be a Super Bowl contender because they had the defense, they had the offense, they could run the ball, they could control the clock, they made plays, and then they got put out. They had an embarrassing performance. Nobody could have told me that they would get beat like that. Nobody thought that. I would have never thought the Bills would get handled like that at all. So what I'm saying, is, like I said, we got to look at what football is. Teams are trying their hardest to find the next great quarterback. That's going to be the next Aaron Rodgers. Everybody thought that Josh Allen was just the biggest thing. They gave him about $208 million. Thought he was going to be the next big thing, and you know, he had a turnover-prone season. Y'all gave him $200 million. He looked like crap. Gotta build a team. You gotta build a proper team. And I'm telling you right now, teams with a running game, teams with a defense, teams with a quarterback that just doesn't turn the ball over, that's where things are going. I'ma just be real right now. The way the Eagles are playing, I don't see nobody beating Eagles. If Jalen Hurts don't fuck up, the Eagles gonna win the Super Bowl. Because they play out of their fucking mind on defense. It pains me to say that, but they playing sick defense right now. They can run the ball, they can play defense, and they get key stops. They put their offense in position where they don't have to do much but score in the red zone. The 49ers are going to be, look, the 49ers are, look, they all cute and all, but let's stop. That's another thing with even the 49ers. The 49ers offense is fucking trash, okay? The 49ers offense is trash. Yeah, I said it. It's trash. They get bailed out a bunch of times on defense. Did anybody not see what happened to that game? The game was low scoring until the fourth quarter. Yeah, that was a low scoring game in the fourth quarter. But let them tell you, Brock Purdy was absolutely amazing. The score was 19-12. Okay, yeah. The score was 19-12. So like that's again, this is what we're talking about. You cannot get carried away when it comes down to these individual players, and then we see a team is hot, but we don't look deeper into why the 49ers are a cold team right now. They look good. The 49ers are in that position because of that defense. That offense is fucking trash. Yeah, I said it. Yeah. The offense is fucking trash. If they don't run the ball well, that offense ain't going nowhere. We beat them. The Falcons beat them. Yeah. Debo Samuel, Kittle, all they were there. Yeah, what's the excuse? Yeah, they still had the same offense for the most part. The same offense. They were there. We beat them. That offense ain't all that great. McCaffrey ain't all that great. I thought we established that with McCaffrey. One of the most overrated. Look, that dude stay hurt. If he ain't running for big plays, the dude gonna get you 5 yards a pop. But the reason why the 49ers are in the position where they is because they have great defense, they have good special teams, they have good coaching, and they have an offense that just does what they have to do. They score in key moments and they keep the clock churning. That's the recipe for success, is having balance. Some of the great offenses this year is out of the playoffs. The team that scored the most points, all of them out of the playoffs. Why is all the good defenses in the playoffs right now, but all the good offenses are not? I know the truth is controversial and a lot of people don't like it, but it's the truth. I'm just saying. All the quarterbacks that had these mega contracts, every last one of them out of the playoffs. What's up, Joseph? How you doing? Defense win championship, pimp. This is what we're saying. Every last one of these teams that's in right now have good defenses. The Chiefs have good defense. They can get after the quarterback. They pressure the quarterback. They get sacks. Cincinnati, they get sacks. They secondary is okay. Bates is a good one, but outside of Bates, they don't really have a good secondary. But they got a good front. DJ Reader, Henderson, they have good defensive linemen. They get sacks. Chiefs have good defensive linemen. Chris Jones, these guys get sacks. Do we have to go through The Eagles and the 49ers, they have great defensive linemen up front. Armstead and those guys, Nick Bosa, it's because they have great defense, great balance. Balance is what creates champions. Even the greatest show on turf, these guys had great defenses. They had good guys. They had guys that could get after the quarterback. Everybody was so focused on Marshall Faulk, Horn, Holt. They were so focused on the offense, they forgot about Little and those guys getting crazy sacks. Damn good DBs. Balance is what creates champions. It's not handing a quarterback $50 fucking million, people. There's a reason why Aaron Rodgers is saying right now, we might have to go to the negotiating table to give back some of these money, because the money, but I want to see what they want to do. Why the hell you think he trying to give money back to the organization now? Why all of a sudden Aaron Rodgers want to give money back to the damn team? Anybody want to take a guess? Grant Renstrom, London Fletcher, that was a balanced team, bro. But everybody's so focused on the offense. They don't even look at the fact that they had a great defense with the Rams. The Atlanta Falcons, 98. Chuck Smith, Travis Hall, Shane Dronette, Lester Archambault, Jesse Tucker, Cornelius Bennett, Darryl Talley, Big Play Ray. I can keep going on and on. Those are some good players on defense. A great offensive line, a good running back, a quality quarterback. Balance is what wins championships, people. You're not going to win championships having a offense that's scoring 50 points a game, because at some point that team is going to get figured out and they're going to have to run the damn ball. This is why Cincinnati lost, because they thought they was the greatest show on turf and they could just pass their way to the championship. And guess what? It failed. It did not work. That happened to the Atlanta Falcons. They thought they was going to pass their way to a championship and stop running the fucking ball. And then our defense got tired. And we couldn't stop anybody. Defense wins championships. Balance wins championships, people. We got to get that. We got to understand it. And this is why we are so against bringing in any quarterback, not this Lamar Jackson, because we have so many holes on this defense. I don't even know if Jalen, Richie Grant, anybody that side next to AJ Terrell, I don't know if these guys are going to be good players. I think they have great potential. We need guys next to Grady Jarrett. They're going to get more than 3 sacks a damn game a year. We need our center upgraded. Let's just be real about that. We need the left guard position upgraded. Possibly a offensive lineman. We need possibly an offensive lineman that's gonna, offensive lineman that may have to replace, Caleb McGarry. But like, this is stuff we talk about. Like, everybody's so infatuated with offense, and look, I get it. It's fun to watch offense. It's fun to see big plays. It's exciting to see highlights. Balance is what wins championships. Why the hell you don't? Let me ask y'all this. If y'all didn't know, Dan Quinn does not want to leave Dallas. Again, he told them, well, I'm committed and staying here at Dallas. Why the hell do you think this guy, who done had several opportunities for the second straight year to be a head coach as another team, staying in Dallas? Why do you think that this man, Dan Quinn, who done got called for multiple opportunities to be head coaches elsewhere, why the hell do you think he's still staying in Dallas? Hell no, I'm not signing no fucking Patrick Mahomes. You fucking stupid. That man got a $500 million contract. You crazy as hell. The fuck? Hell no, I do not want. Look, see, this is where people, again, this is where we got that mentality. Not saying Patrick Mahomes isn't a great player, but I wouldn't want to trade for him. Hell no. Nope. There's no guarantee you're going to win a Super Bowl with Patrick Mahomes. Aaron Rodgers for like 3-4 years straight passed the ball for over 4,500 yards, had 35 plus touchdowns, 30 plus touchdowns, and less than 10 interceptions for 3 years straight. And these guys did not win a single championship or even get to the NFC championship. Gotta stop worshiping these quarterbacks and start understanding that it's all about winning championships. And the reason why the Chiefs are constantly in championships is because they have a good defense. They get after the quarterback. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes is fucking insane. He's probably one of the greatest of all time. He could possibly go down as statistically the greatest quarterback of all time. But if you think I'm going to trade 4 or 5 picks for him, hell no. Because I want to build a defense. I want to build a team. Hell no, I ain't finna trade no fucking 4 or 5 picks for no Patrick Mahomes. You crazy as hell. Do you think Ritter is our guy? Absolutely. But that doesn't guarantee that he's going to be a quarterback for 10 plus years. Yeah, I think he's our guy as it stands right now. But anything, like I said, anything could go. The Falcons probably draft a guy in the 4th round who he just gets it. Whoever that guy in 4th round be, he developed into something, and then he looked better than Ritter, and then the Falcons got an opportunity. Now they got to say to themselves, like, shit, I know Ritter is our guy. I know we said we was going to get him, but damn, boy, this boy balling. I mean, didn't that happen for Tom Brady? Didn't that happen for Russ Wilson? Like, these are the things we talk about. This is why, you cannot just give people spots, because at some point in time, that guy may not be who you thought he was. He may not be able to get you over the hump because you need to build a defense. You need to run the ball. So it's all about balance, man. Gotta stop falling in love with all these one players. Stop falling in love with one player. So, do I believe Desmond Ridder is going to be a good quarterback? Absolutely. Do I think Desmond Ridder is our quarterback of the future? Absolutely. But I know football, and I know how real life goes. You could be one injury away from it completely changing the direction of your career. Ask Caleb Huntley. Ask several players. Peyton Manning could have played at least a good 5 to 6 years if he didn't break his neck. He broke his neck, and that pretty much ended his career. Peyton Manning could have been still playing right now if he didn't mess up his neck. Yeah, he could have been playing as long as Tom Brady. That's the only thing that stopped Tom Brady. Peyton Manning. This is stuff we talk about. So, like, at the end of the day, we got to learn to build teams the proper way. It's time to build teams the proper way. Stop falling in love with these individual players and want to give up everything and all these draft picks and pay him all this money because he's a great player. You need great teams, not great players. A great player can be able to adjust, but great organizations is what sustains. I don't want to have just a great player and our team continues to struggle the same way. We literally just had that with Matt Ryan for the last 5-6 years. A great quarterback, had a great wide receiver, but we couldn't barely make the fucking playoffs with those great players. And Julio Jones and Matt Ryan, these are Hall of Fame players. Need great teams. So at the end of the day, gotta stop worshiping these players. Gotta start building the team the proper way. So with that being said, let me say this real quick about Steve Wilkes. We're gonna get on this. Hold up, shit. Thursday. Oh, damn, never mind. I'm thinking it's the regular season. My bad. But check out Miss Maggie tonight. She has a show. She has a show tonight, and it's really about, mental health, and a lot of people are going through a lot, like myself, my dad, my family, and it's tough. So you got to learn how to, cope with life. And this show, Champagne Confessions, is going about it, to really try to help people cope with life, giving them hardcore tips on how to get through depression, anxiety issues, and just understanding there is a way out. So this is what that show is about. So you guys continue to support your boy here at Mad Mike Sports. Head over to Champagne Conversations. If you don't know where Champagne Confessions, head over to Champagne Confessions. Type it on them on YouTube. Support her. Like I said, it's for a great cause, man. It's really into helping people, and because like I said, man, it's a lot of stuff that's going on. People just need to find ways to not only express themselves, but understand that, people do care out here. Still have people that care, despite what a lot of people, may not think. It's a lot of people that care. So you guys head over to Champagne Confessions. These girls do a wonderful job of giving tips. There, we have life coaches, and these people go around the city, of Atlanta, really helping the community and things of that nature. So head over to Champagne Confessions. Tell them Mad Mike sent you. Appreciate everybody for joining us. Excuse my rants. Y'all should be used to it by now, goddamn shit. Fuck it. Y'all used to my rants. But like I said, it's all about the conversation. It's never personal. So with that being said, I'm hungry. I'm hungry as fuck. So you guys continue to support me. Hit that subscribe button. There's going to be more conversations like that. But let's stop. Let these conversations about Lamar die already, okay? If it happens, it happens. I'm going to support him. If it doesn't matter. I'm still going to support the Falcons. But we got to stop making up stuff as if it's real. We don't know what the hell's going on. The Falcons haven't said anything about wanting a quarterback. They didn't say anything about spending their money crazy, but head over. All right, so John, appreciate you, brother. But like I said, man, it's never personal. The Reds Pit as well. Check that out. That is 8 o'clock. Like I said, we always got a lot of stuff. So head over to there. Head over to AFN. Head over to Champagne Confessions. Check those out. You will see me in both. You see me in both. I'm producing Champagne Confessions, so I'll be multitasking. So I appreciate for joining. That's all I got to say about that, man. I'm out of here, man. Peace.